Good morning, candidates.
Good morning, ma'am.
Have your seats, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Myself, Gargi Parashar, English teacher, and we are gathered here for ASL activity, Assessment for Speaking and Listening Skills. So before starting the activity, I need to know your names and your roll numbers, plus general introduction about both of yourself. So candidate A will start with you first.
My name is Utkarsh Upadhyay. I study in class 9th in Radha Govind Public School. Talking about my hobbies, I have general hobbies like playing games, watching movies, listening music, reading books, especially encyclopedias, and I'm mostly fascinated about sports and especially like football.
That's very nice. Good to know about you. Now candidate B, please.
My name is Shweta Thakur of Radha Govind Public School, studies in standard 9th, and as you are asking me about my general introduction, so I generally love to play badminton and reading novels, magazine about my general awareness.
Okay, that's wonderful. So now let me tell you that how we are going to conduct this activity, as this assessment for speaking and listening skills is subdivided into 2 tasks. So in task 1, you will have to choose any one topic of your choice. For example, the topics are people, environment, culture, mystery, sports and games, etc. Then you will have to choose any one topic. After that, you are going to speak it for the next minute at least. Fine? Then your co-partner will going to ask question related to it, and then I will ask. So candidate A will start with you first.
My topic is idle students.
That's very nice. The topic of your choice is ideal student. Go ahead.
Idle student is the requirement and it is of course need of the hour. An idle student is the backbone for any strong nation, and students of today are the leaders of tomorrow, and hence idle students are very important. An idle student is one whose priority is his or her studies, because we know how much important it is in a person's life, their career, and for a good career, the requirement of good academic skills. And also they understand what are the harmful consequences of falling in bad companies. And they not only stay away from such atmosphere, they even encourage their fellow mates for the same. An idle student is one who maintains a good balance between sports and studies. We know how much important it is for a person to be physically fit for his life, and hence they give equal importance to both sports as well as their studies. They even possess qualities such as leadership, determination, intelligence, self-confidence, which are all required in a leader. And in my opinion, these idle students are probably the leaders of tomorrow. Also, they understand social problems such as poverty and illiteracy, and how much important it is the eradication of such problems for the overall development of a society, and hence they give equal importance to such issues also. At last, I want to say that an idle student is one who is liked by his juniors, who is as a role model for all his family, who is always shines like a pole star in a school, and they always bring laurels and glory to their family and to their school. Thank you.
Absolutely right. Very nice. So now candidate B, can you ask a question to candidate A, please?
Yeah, ma'am. So can you tell me that how we can keep a good balance between sports and studies?
I think the most important thing is for this thing is making a timetable, because till the time we're not disciplined in our life, we cannot achieve anything. So we should make a timetable and we should strictly follow it, because that's more important. And for this thing, I think we should take help from our family, our friend, because they want our good, they want us to be excel in our life. So hence they will give equal importance. And of course, we need to understand that if we want something from life, then life also in returns wants something from us. So if we keep these things in our mind, I think that we'll surely excel.
Absolutely right. Now, my question goes for you is, you tell me what you can do for poor and illiterate children, considering yourself as an idle student on your part.
I think for that the most important thing is motivation, because till the time we won't encourage or motivate some person, they will not excel and they will not think too much on that issue. So that's more important. And I think we should go as student or school to poor and remote areas, and we should encourage these children out there, and we should tell them that what are the benefits of literacy in their life. And I think we should talk to government authorities about these things, that the families of these poor children, they should be provided employment, because by doing this, the family can go to work while the children of their family, they can study. So I think this way we can tackle both the problems such as poverty and illiteracy.
Very well. Your views are very much convincing enough, I must say. So now it's your turn, candidate B. You'll have to repeat the entire procedure. Which topic you have choose?
My topic is poverty.
Okay, the topic of your choice is poverty. Please go ahead.
Poverty is a situation in which a person is unable to fulfill his and his family's requirement due to certain reasons. Poverty is one of the most difficult challenges which is faced by independent India. In India, today we see poverty all around us. In fact, every fourth person in India is poor now. So in India, poverty is caused by some factors like unemployment, child labor, illiteracy, size of families, helplessness, and many more. Due to which, still some families are there in India which are suffering from poverty. So we need to give our contribution for the reduction or the removal of the poverty. According to some social scientists, poverty is looked through some social indicators like lack of general assistance, due to malnutrition, lack of safe drinking water, sanitation, etc. And usually these indicators are used to relate to the consumption and the income level of the person. Poverty is normally the concept of the poverty line, and normally a common method to measure poverty is generally based on the income or the consumption level, as a person is considered poor on the basis of their income or consumption level falls below the given minimum level, which is necessary to fulfill the basic needs. And as I'm talking about the poverty, so let me clear one thing, that the women, children, especially the girl child and the old people are the poorest of its people, as they are systematically denied from equal rights available to the family. And hopefully you know that our great leader Mahatma Gandhi always insisted that India would be truly independent only when the poorest of its people become free from all human suffering. So this is a major problem today in our country, so we need to find the solution for it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Fine. Now, candidate A, can you ask a question, please?
First of all, I must say I'm really convinced what you said, and you said very correct about poverty. But I want to know that you told that what is poverty, but I want to know that how can we tackle the situation of poverty?
Yeah, removal of poverty has been one of the major objective of Indian developmental strategy, and the current anti-poverty strategy has been focusing on the two basic planks of the poverty, like promotion of economic growth and the targeted anti-poverty programs. And although there are so many schemes which are formulated by Government of India to tackle this problem or to affect this problem, somewhere directly or indirectly also. So by providing employment or declining population growth, we can control over this problem.
Absolutely. Okay, now my question goes for you is candidate B. You tell me what measures you can take place on your part to remove poverty.
Yeah, if I ever got a chance to get some special powers, so I'll try my best to tackle this problem or for the reduction of this problem, to make better progress in India, like by increasing the empowerment of women and increasing the empowerment of economically weaker section of our society, and providing free elementary education and many more which I can contribute to my country on my basis, like explaining local people of my community about the family planning and other factors which are included in the situation of poverty or for the reduction of poverty.
Absolutely correct. Very well performed, both of you, in task 1. Now we move on to the next stage, which is based upon a prompt card. First of all, let me introduce that how we are going to perform this. See, right now I have a task card over here in my hand, and in which a situation is written. I am going to tell you the situation for which you will have to find out the solution, and then you will have to tell me your views about it individually. Well, both of your situation is that your friend is participating in a group dance competition. However, she does not attend the rehearsals. The rest of the group is annoyed with her. So discuss with your partner what advice you would give to your friend and rest of the other group. Whomsoever has got the solution, please tell me your views.
I think first of all, what I will do is that I'll talk to my friend that what is the reason why she's not attending that, because it's very important for her to participate, because it's kind of an opportunity which is not given to everyone. and she should understand what is the importance of such opportunities. But at the same time, I'll talk to her, I'll also understand the scenario from her perception, because it's very important to understand that why is she doing so. And yeah, if I think she got some problem in her life or her family, they're not allowing her. So she should talk to her teacher and to her friends that yes, I won't be able. So in that case, she would be out of it, and other students who are willing to participate, they could get an easy opportunity for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I completely agree with my partner that I will explain her that how that dance competition matters for the reputation of our school, and I'll also recommend her to attend the dance rehearsal every day, or otherwise she can tell her the dance teacher or the in charge. And I'll also advise or explain the other members of the group that might be she didn't came due to some circumstances, so we should understand her part also.
Absolutely. Well, again, both of your views are very much convincing enough. It's the end of the activity, it's the end of the session. So, thank you and good day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.